I do appreciate you checking out this video. And this is for my rapid math or mental math playlist. So this one is dividing a number by 8. Okay, so if you've never seen these videos before, I have kind of a 1-digit problem, 2-digit problem, 3-digit problem, and 4-digit. And typically I'll demo the 1-digit and 2-digit, maybe the 3-digit, maybe the 4, it depends. Some of these techniques I'm really good at, some of them I'm not good at all. So, so let's take a look at 7 divided by 8. So the answer is 0.875. Okay. Oh, and by the way, these are generated randomly. So if I press, well, first let's do 10 divided by 8. So the answer is 1.25. Anyways, if I press F9, these should refresh. So I'm pressing F9 now. You can see that there are new problems generated every time. So let's do 5 divided by 8. The answer is 0.625. And 35 divided by 8, the answer is 4.375. Okay, so let me stop there. Well, hold on. Let me see if I can do 3-digit. 168 divided by 8 is, see, that's 21. Okay, so I'll stop there on a winning streak and show you the answer. Let me unhide this. Okay, so the trick, the so-called trick to dividing by 8, is you want to turn it into a multiplication problem. And the trick is to multiply by 1 plus a fourth. Now, that doesn't seem like it's easier. It seems like it's harder, but here's why it works. If I take 1 divided by 8, that's 0.125. And if I take 1 plus 1 divided by 4, the answer is 1.25. And just note that these are pretty much the same number, just the decimals shifted over. So that's why it works. That's the intuition. Now, what you can do is just note that if you multiply something by 1 plus a fourth, that's the same thing as taking a fourth of the number and then just adding x back to it. Okay, so taking a fourth of the number is dividing by 4, and to divide by 4, you first need to know the trick of, well, it's not really a trick, it's just kind of common sense, right? If you're dividing a number by 4, that's the same thing as dividing by 2, and then dividing by 2 again, right? So let's take a look at this. 3 divided by 8. If you divide 3 by 2, you get 1.5. And if you divide by 2 again, you get 0.75. Okay, so we're doing kind of this 1/4 of x part here. So 0.75. If you add 3 back to it, you get 3.75. Now, you know the answer to 3 divided by 8 is not going to be 3.75 because this number is less than 1. So the answer is 0.375, right? You have to keep track of the decimal. So we can check that, 3 divided by 8, and you get 0.375. Okay? So let's just do 4 divided by 8. I mean, we know the answer is 0.5, right? But let's just practice. So you take 4, divide by 2, you get 2. Divide by 2 again, you get 1. You add 4 to that, you get 5. And then you shift the decimal over, so the answer is 0.5. Let's do something a little more difficult. Let's do this 2-digit. So 73 divided by 8. Now if you have, if you have an odd number or even some even numbers, the dividing by 2 a couple times can be tricky, but just with some practice, it's really not that bad. So if you take 73 and divide it by 2, you get 36.5. And if you divide that by 2, you get 18.25. Now you want to add 73 back to that number. So if you add 73 to 18.25, you get 91.25. And again, you have to remember to shift the decimal point over, so your answer is 9.125. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that tip. Again, this is dividing a number by 8. I appreciate you checking out this video, and I will see you next video. Bye-bye.